Hello and welcome. Welcome back to another episode of the Dotted Line podcast. This is episode 3. I am your host, DJ Scotty Two Dotty, aka Ray Dot, aka Mr. Make You Move Your Body. I said that out of order, but hey, you get the gist of it. We got 7 new topics to discuss. We got 7 new fresh topics to discuss, and um, you know, once again, I love doing doing this. I love just being able to connect with people from a neutral perspective. It's not just solely based about race, color, or creed. This is the human experience. So it's human-based topics that you can think about no matter who you are. So yeah, I'm grateful again to be here again once more, and always remember to like, subscribe, share, whatever your heart desires, comment, bullshit. I don't care. As long as you bring some attention, but mainly positive attention to the channel. So, without further ado, the 7 topics we'll be discussing today is adult decisions, sustainability in life, toxic relationships, and the sports topic for the day, as of 2/24/24, Wemby versus the Lakers. Let them have it. Short-sighted love and being yourself. All right, man. 7 good topics, and don't mind me. I'm letting the phone charge. So I got piece of mail and pen. So, but hey, we gonna thug it out this episode though. So I'm trying to see where do I want to start this, because these are some topics that are it's got my spirit on fire today. Definitely. Let's just start with adult decisions. So what is this? Right. Adult decisions. Okay, so man, being an adult, man, it's not just about your age. Being an adult is something that is, once you reach a certain age, is should be a lifelong experience, because you go through stages throughout life. Birth, infant, newborn, and toddler, and you know the youth, and teenage, so forth and so forth. But once you reach this adulthood, this thing called adulthood, things change. Things change dramatically. Especially if you're a male. Even more if you're a black male. But not to kind of make it about race, but just being a male in general, from a adult's perspective, a adult male perspective, it's extremely challenging. It is. I know I have a low key laid back personality, but these decisions that I make um are not something that's lighthearted. It's not something that's an impulsive decision. I'm a critical thinker. I try to pride myself on thinking critically, and doing things in a punctual, understanding manner. So a lot of adult decisions, well, if not all of them, define who you are. And it's just a lot of decisions, me being a adult, I had to make. I may not like. I may not like cutting off a certain family member. I may not like going to work. I may not like what my significant other has to say in the moment. I may not have, XYZ, and I have to make a decision on what should I do because I don't have XYZ. These things really plague a lot of people once they hit adulthood, because going from having stuff being a certain way, and I spoke about this, I think, on my last episode about change and stuff of that nature. The consistency of change, just that um pivot, once you graduate high school, or if you drop out, you turn 18, or some people become parents at a very young age, having to care for another um, human being, stuff of that nature. It kind of disrupt what you know, and then you get to headspace of now you have to make critical decisions for not only you, for another human being, or if you got married young, you and another human being still, but more human being that can make adult decisions as well. And you kind of got to collab on things that you do. But to kind of pivot from this topic, though, as far as the adult decisions, and kind of summarize adult decisions, anybody who feel like they're making horrible decisions, or they're not where they would like to be throughout life, again, and I say this over and over and over again, just keep going. As far as is what you do does define you to a certain extent. But if you're making the right decisions, and you may not be getting the favorable results, just figure out what decisions that you can make that can change the outcome a little bit better. Because we're, again, I think I said this before, we're definitely in a unique time period, and a lot of us are on the wrong side of this time period. But that does not stop us from continuing to try to figure out how to make the most of this life that we have. So, in conclusion, just if you feel like being an adult is too hard, get some type of spiritual fitness so that you can help yourself and surround yourself with people who are older than you, that have made certain decisions that you may correspond to or may correlate with, and then just go from there, so that you can make better decisions. Because it takes a village to do any and everything, and not just raise a child, but to keep a child on the right track as they become adults, so that they can make good adult decisions. So, um, yeah, that's how I feel about adult decisions. So, moving on to the next topic, sustainability in life. Let's start there next. All right. Sustainability in life, man. Again, to kind of go back to the last topic for a brief second, that adult decisions. With those adult decisions comes sustainability in life, and something that I'm seeing heavily throughout life. Everything is not built to last. Jobs, relationships, friendships, whatever, marriages even. But one thing that I have is been a very, very, very short list of things in my life that it has been, when I say sustainability, is when you embark on it, is as consistent as humanly possible. I'm not saying this is a straight shot, but the detours are more expected, and you're able to sustain what you what track that you are on once those things happen. Now, it's very, very few things, as I just said, that's in my life, speaking from like myself, that I'm able to say that, okay, this is sustainable. And unfortunately, working is not one of them, because of the climate, and again, being on the wrong side of history, everything is so limited as far as is making a living. That's not, and it's so crazy to say, is that's not sustainable, because it's kind of not. I don't own land. I'm not a business owner of a multi-trillion, multi-billion, multi-million dollar company. So, it's kind of difficult to maintain shit. You kind of in the realm of depending on an employer to, hopefully they do right by me this week, or hopefully they do right by me today. So it's just, again, it's not sustainable. But one thing that I feel like is sustainable is a spiritual relationship, and again, I know a lot of people who may watch this may not have a spiritual relationship. I'm not saying, as Kanye said, I'm not here to argue about facial features or here to convert atheists into believers. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. But being spiritually fit in somewhere, some realm, I feel like that's sustainable. I'm speaking for like myself. I feel like that has gotten me to a certain point to where I'm comfortable speaking with a stutter. I'm comfortable speaking um from a unbiased, a very um experienced perspective, a very neutral perspective. So it's just things like that, I feel like is the most sustainable. Um, Being married, who I'm married to, and finding a partner that loves you for you and can sustain that love is severely, severely underrated. And that is a very lost art because, recently had to make a decision. And, is this, we have to sustain that decision that we chose to, that we chose to make and everything. And, is this, um, again, going back to the adult decision for like a second, it's just sustaining that decision that you chose to make. Um, and I know a lot of things is difficult, to sustain as far as keeping food in the house and stuff of that nature, or being happy, happiness, joy, peace, love, respect. We're in a climate where sustainability is like an option, or it's a last resort because I feel like we have abandoned humanity. Humanity has abandoned itself, and it has been in hot pursuit of being able to being like be the most fancy, fleshy being that it can be. Meaning, I will abandon my, some that's sustainable for something that's overly not attainable or sustainable. So I would leave a pretty decent job to go do something illegal, or I would leave my wife for somebody who don't want kids, who don't like kids, not sustainable. You're doing stuff that in the spur of the moment looks good for just that a moment, and decisions that you do, promises that say that you ought to keep and stuff of that nature. Um, you know, Having that balance of, okay, how can I be, efficient in sustaining these things? And I know for like me speaking, um, a lot of things again, like, aren't sustainable. I can't sustain relationships with certain family members anymore. It is not in the cards. It's not, no matter how much you try, it's just not in the cards. It is not something that's sustainable. It is not something that's possible. And that's okay, because you have to figure out what's next for you to sustain. What's for you will always be consistent and, you know, be what it is. So, um, to summarize the sustainability in life, find you stuff that's obtainable, stuff that is for you. Don't try to ride trends. If you're a good welder, be a good welder. If you're a good speaker, be a good speaker. If you're a good rapper, be a good rapper. Like everybody has their calling, everybody has their niche. Don't try to lobby and try to be something that you're not, or try to follow stuff that's sustainable for others that may not be sustainable for you. So that's kind of how I feel about that topic. All right. Let's go to let them have it. Let them have it. Go 1440. All right, let them have it. This is man, oh man. This is something that I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about. And I'm not saying let them have it if you're getting robbed type type shit, depending on what you getting robbed, let them have it definitely. But, I'm not talking about that as far as, if you're getting your possessions repossessed type shit. I'm talking about as far as this like narratives. I'm talking about narratives. I'm talking about different things that's out of your control. Talking about different things that cause you more thoughts than answers, to cause you more questions than answers. Things that's again not sustainable. Going back to that for a second. A lot of people would try to knock you off your pivot. A lot of people would try to distract you. You may have certain things like for example where you're gonna go to a certain job for a certain pay, but they can talk to you anyway. Or you may have a car that's on his last leg, but you're gonna drive it a far distance because that's the only realm of transportation that you have. Sometimes you have to let things go and let the world have it. And it's not necessarily quitting. I know that's kind of like the preconceived notion of what let them have it means, as far as this hey, you know, you got it. But it's just, again, with going back to the adult decision, that's definitely a adult decision. Because look, speaking from experience, it's certain things that can kill you. It's certain situations that if you don't let it exist, if you don't just let people have the narrative and the opinions and the this that, and the third that they have about you, you're gonna do something that's gonna fuck up your journey that God called you to be on. Everybody has a journey. Me being me, I have a journey. My daughter being my daughter, she has her own journey. My mom being her mom, my mom being my mom, she has her own journey. My sister being my sister has her own journey. My wife being, you get it, you get it. So the fact being is just like sometimes you have to make that decision, like, hey, take this, and it may be something that you don't even want to even let go of. It may be something that you just like, nah, how, like why? I need to, do this, that, and the third. Why? But if you didn't put in years upon years of effort, if you have said, did, showed up, um, went here, went there, just did all that you possibly can for the situation, for the said thing, and for some odd reason, it's just always a pitfall. It's always a stumbling block with this situation. And to kind of speak on that, it's a psychology kind of like, trying to find like the word for it. It's a psychology kind of like diaphragm, or term called normal brain, trauma brain. And they kind of expand on that, a normal person brain, right? When stuff happens, a normal person's brain, or I wouldn't say a normal person brain. I know that's kind of like the term, but pretty much nobody's brain is normal, even if it's, But okay, to kind of just kick it back on topic, normal person brain, they if they make a mistake, if they do something outlandish or unexpected, they kind of have that security, like, you know what, my first time doing it, like first time doing it, hey, let me just, you know, do it, different next time. But over time, and going back to, you know, the sustainability factor, right? What happens is that normal brain goes, if stuff is not working, if you didn't try it over and over again, different avenues, different this and the third, then it starts to get traumatic, because if you want something so bad, and I know the cliche, work hard and this, that, and the third. I know all these quotes and motivational speakers, but it's certain things that I feel like is nothing but the enemy. Again, I know everybody's not spiritual, but it's certain things that are attacks of the enemy, and the enemy wears camouflage. It can manifest itself as something that you love so much, that you are in love with, things that you may that's nostalgic, but it's things that you guys gotta let go, let the world have it, and going back to the trauma brain, it had the analogy of just moving a rock up a hill, and every day you come back is back down. So you gotta remember that the brain, it processes everything and it remembers everything. So right off rip, your mind, let's just say for that example, right off rip, your body, your mind, your spirit, it speaks to you in nanoseconds, milliseconds. Like, wow, this rock is back down and I gotta move it back up. Yesterday, I remember how hard that was, so I gotta do this again. So let's just say, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it again. If it's reoccurring, your mind, like what it's a saying that's written in the Bible. What good is it to win the world and lose yourself in the process? And I just feel as if it's a lot of things that is out of my control. There's a lot of things that the world may feel I should, I ought to, I need to, you could, you should, whatever, right? Where I am, there I am, right? If I feel like I'm not, I don't feel like I need to be around certain presence, I shouldn't, it shouldn't be, man, hey man, why? I don't feel comfortable. I don't. I shouldn't have to try to, be a puzzle piece, you know, to certain things. Certain things that, okay, I don't mind being a team player, but when the team is working against you, or when there's a team of enemies that the ultimate enemy has elected to use them against you, nah, man, you can have that, because it's just certain things that goes without being said that shouldn't happen. So if it's things that that shouldn't be going on, you shouldn't really want to entertain it. And whether it's work related or if it's spouse related, I can't speak for everybody's limit or everybody's perception of what um because this is a topic that makes you think. All these topics outside the sports one kind of makes you think, like, damn, okay, like, because sometimes people get caught up in one side of it, like, well, you should always put forth effort, show up, do what you're supposed to do, and go home. Going back to sustainability, everything is not for everybody, so it's okay, to kind of wrap up this topic. It's okay to let people have certain things. If motherfuckers want to talk about you, let them talk. If a motherfucker say that you this, that, and the third, let you be this, that, and the third. Because we all will return to where we, was created from. Only the creator has the last say so, not me being a father to my daughter, not my mom being a mom to me, not my father being a father to me. The ultimate father is going to have the last say so for everybody. So it don't matter the things that you have. Sometimes it's about things that you choose not to pick up and choose to have. It's perfectly fine for you to let things go. That's how you grow, So, and that's my conclusion on that topic. I don't want to spend a lot of time on certain topics, but yeah, that's how I feel about that. All right. Let's go with the sports topic. Let's see, 25. All right. So, um, so last night my Lakers got the W against Wemby and the Spurs. I think we were up as much. I want to say 16 or I think it was 16, right? I think we only won like 4. Mind you, I think fucking the Spurs got like 9 wins as I'm making this video right now. So that's crazy. Wemby. Hey, look. Hey, look. It's only a matter of time. It's not an if. It's definitely a win with Wemby because his skill set for his size, pause, is just crazy. Just to be 7'4" with a handle, to be able to just finish at the rim, of course, with ease because he got a motherfucking a 1,000,000-foot wingspan. It's just it's crazy. Like if he bulk up like Giannis, yeah, I'm taking my ball and going home. Cause what do you want me to do with that? Like times where he was off the floor, you can see that the Spurs initially, the first half at least, they didn't know what the fuck to do. They was kind of like, okay, you shoot it. Like I think we had like a 16-0 run type shit. That's how we got that lead type shit when he wasn't on the floor. So teams can definitely how they why they got 9 wins right now type shit. Teams take advantage of the fact that you kind of have no identity outside of him. So if he's resting and your offense and your defense is him, if he's not there, oh yeah, we definitely cooking. We definitely hooping, but that man is gonna be crazy. He legit can be the best basketball player ever. Like without a doubt, as long as he healthy and he bulk up in San Antonio, which I feel like they will get him some help. Help me for real, for real. Like that's what Wemby should be saying to the front office. But once he bulk up and he just kind of get a few things under control as far as his knowing his body, knowing his tendencies, knowing his spots, and the repetitions and the habits and the nuances of the game because he from France. So once he get even more accustomed to just a style of United States and NBA style of play, oh, it's GG. It's curtains. It's curtains, bro. It's owe it, bro. For real. Because like it's just ain't really there is no scouting report. Like right now, it's kind of like because he kind of still getting his handle and stuff under control. So once he gets to a point to where like he can really be like even if he's like a little bit quicker with like his dribble, like his dribble get a little bit faster because you can like because his wingspan and his gather and stuff like that is so long. Yeah, you can kind of telegraph it a little bit or kind of like put some pressure, make him put the ball on the floor. But that's really it. That's really like the only way you can stop him right now because he can see over the double team. He's 7'4", got a 1,000,000-foot wingspan. So only thing you gotta do is put the ball over his head and that's another thing. He's an underrated passer because he's so fucking tall. So if you add that into the mix with him bulking up, nah, gang. That's that coach. I'm not gonna guard this motherfucker. Like, fuck you want me to do with him? Like, for real, you gonna have to put an extra player hold the court type shit to guard him, man. Like, it's crazy, man. But yeah, shout out to Wemby, man. I pray that you are healthy, man, throughout the rest of the season, throughout your career, bro. Cause man, yeah, you got the potential to be the GOAT. You can like one of the very few prospects that I could say, being a fan of basketball and in the sports, but just I can say without a shadow of a doubt, and Brian said it last night, he has no ceilings. Like that is true. Like he has the capability of being one of one, the GOAT, when it's all said and done. So as long as he stay healthy and they get him help, which the Spurs will, he gonna win multiple titles, and he's got a chance to be the GOAT. So yeah, that's how I feel about that topic. All right, moving on. To short-sighted love. All right, short-sighted love. Um, what I mean by short-sighted love, so limited love, conditional love, um, you know, contractual love. Um, I feel like everybody has good intentions when it comes to love. If you have ever been in love, which everybody who's watching this has, even if it's to a point to, you just never been in a relationship, you just love your parents or your siblings and this and that third. You know the ramifications of what um love's supposed to look like off of what you have seen through social media, cinema, growing up in general around your household, stuff of that nature. So, when it gets to a point to where your love is kind of like to a point to where this is it, or this is the best I can do, or um, there's no range to it. There is no growth from it. It kind of festers. It kind of becomes toxic love. It becomes things that you know you don't really want to see happen because it's crazy to ever think that love can be toxic, but it can. Even genuine love can be toxic. Because it's just if it's not always genuine, because something that we can all attest to, love is a addiction. Whether it's a severe or chronic, or moderate to light, you know that depends on the person. It depends on you. So I definitely have a lot of people in my life who have short-sighted love, who feel like that way of loving is that's it. That's all that it is to love. I'm gonna love you on my terms, and that's it. And I'm gonna love you hard on this side of things, but again, it's limited. It's short. It's not enough to maintain growth because like I said on the last episode, there's nothing consistent but change, and that's a consistency throughout life. So a lot of people, I'm learning that their love is the same love that they gave you in 2004, the same love that they gave you in 1994. Nah, that's something that love is just like any living thing. Love is its own entity, its own living, breathing ecosystem, or whatever term that you want to categorize it as. So it has to grow. It has to have room to comprehend. It has to have room to be able to latch on to different things. Pause. As far as this, um, how you grow. Like, you may, like, for like example, if my wife was to, I don't know, join like the armory or the army, said the armory, the army, right? I would be, for that if that's something that she want to do versus like I'm gonna have short-sighted love and just be so, you know, on this side of the playing field. Nah, fuck that. What has this country did for you? You know that I love you. I would never, want to see nothing happen to you. Why are you doing this? Short-sighted love. Like, because my perspective, because I'm so infatuated and I'm so entrenched in what I feel about her, my perspective is limited now because it's just like, she's saying like, I want to go here. This could be a great opportunity. What she's saying can have a lot of truth to it, but because my love is contractual or short sighted or whatever the case may be. Um, Here you go. With the gaslighting, with the guilt tripping, with the you said that you would never, or why are you doing this to me, making it about you now because your love is short sighted. Is whatever the case may be. So I will advise, to kind of the summarize that this topic is just be aware. Be aware. Be aware of what type of love that you're producing. Be aware of how your love is being ingested from what you're producing. Because it's like I said, it's like a fruit, it's like a vegetable. People have to break it down once they digest it. Um, and You just want people to be able to respect your love, respect where you're coming from, and not be looking at you like they're willing to jump out the window to prove their point of how much they love something or love somebody. And I feel like love, it don't necessarily have a limit, but it has a certain functionality, has certain guidelines that I feel like it has to, because love will make you do so much harm that you may not look at it like that. I'm just doing it because I love the game. I'm doing this because I love my family. I'm gonna rob this bank because I love my family and I don't want to see them, fucked up. But you gotta see it from not just the short side, the bright side, the dark side. It's levels to everything in life. Levels to it. So it's just like you want to be on the top level, so you can see everything. You don't want to be in a headspace to where you just feel like, okay, you know what, this is how I'm gonna love. This is how you need to be loved, and that's it. Ain't no nah. Because again, people grow. People try different things. People experience different things. So if you're experiencing one form of love that you feel like you never knew existed. My sister just told me that. Shout out real. My sister told me that like how like I love my wife. She never knew that type of love existed. That's crazy. It's crazy because um, it's just the fact being like I love. I don't love everybody the same, but I love everybody the same. If that makes sense. But it's just again, I don't do nothing spectacular per se. Like special moments cause for special things to happen. But outside of that, I'm not jumping out of a plane every day saying I love you to like my wife, or I'm not giving her 1,000 dozen roses. Every single day, or getting her name tattooed on me 1,000 times. It's just I'm giving what is being given. Pause. Like it's just the fact being like you know, my my love is unlimited. It don't have a cap to it. It don't have a place in space that where okay, this is the end of the line. It don't have that. It don't it's trying not to my love. I try to produce a good product to everybody because I have the capabilities to love any and everybody within reason, but I try not to be in a headspace to where um my love is harmful to my wife, that I'm not comprehending what she's saying, or um even when she has rants, even when she's emotionally driven, even if I'm able to um want to exit the conversation, I still hear everything that she's saying is just okay, let me step away from this conversation so that I can process everything that you're saying. It's not, bitch, who you talking to? Cause fuck out my phone. Bitch, you know I love you. Like, I'm not talking to her like she's a random woman that bumped into me on the street. This is somebody that has my last name. This is somebody who I have entered a covenant with, who I have stood before God and said, this is it. this is who, this is who I'm with until the wheels fall off. So yeah, that's how I feel about having short sighted love. Just again, be mindful of the product that you're producing as far as love go, because love is crazy. Love is crazy. Love is just that. So um, let's move on to toxic relationships. All right. Toxic relationships, man. Hey, yeah. Man, toxic relationships can be a life killer, definitely. Um, and again, everybody has their own kind of criteria of what they want for their life. But speaking from experience, getting away from toxicity is um extremely vital for your journey. For your journey here on life, of life on earth. It's extremely important to have a healthy, high vibration relationship with everybody that you associate yourself with, because we are spirits. We are um, handiwork of the ultimate handyman, the ultimate creator of creations. So he gives us spirit, to give a piece of him inside this creation. Um, and that's what your spirit is. So you don't want to bring your spirit and your energy around people who don't respect you, people who have a preconceived notion, who are prejudiced, who are stubborn, who are not in the place and space to accept you and have a healthy, happy, joyful, peaceful relationship. Because at no point as an adult, as a adult male, adult female, or whatever you identify as, should you be in a headspace to accept things for, oh, is this what it is? There's certain things, yeah, you know, taxes, death, and trouble. We can accept that, because that's something that's to be expected. But it's certain things that we can't always slap that, you know, press the easy button and say it is what it is. We just gonna have to accept this and move forward and woo woo woo. Nah, it's certain relationships that I never thought would get to how it is present day. But with that being said, it was already written. I pride myself on letting God go before me. And he definitely has. And I know Freddie Gibbs is not the first person that said this, but he the first person I heard say this. A lot of shit broke my heart, but it fixed my vision. And that's so powerful. That's so powerful, because it's certain shit that I have seen, heard, felt, pause, that I'm just like, yo, like, no, like this, nah, we not, nah, bruh, nah, But it's what it is. You kind of just gotta call a spade a spade. You kind of just let things be what they are. And in these relationships, with family, friends, or whatever, when these things manifest themselves, I would advise you to take heed to them, because it's certain things that, let's say you have a goal for yourself to open a business, right? And your friends are saying, "Man, yeah, bro, yeah, okay. What you need, bro? You need, I know, I know a guy that help you, woo woo, and this guy, and like helping you put together a plan and helping you manifest what you have put into the universe. That you have surrounded yourself with. You surround yourself with like-minded people as you should. So you go into these people for advice, to get you to the next level, to get y'all to the next level. Because most people, speaking for like myself, too, like I want to take motherfuckers to the next level too with me. Like, this is not something that only I want to benefit from. I want my wife, my child, family, friends to benefit from where we're going to. So let's just say it's just friends. You just got 5, 10 friends is on board, and you can't even get your motherfucking parents or your siblings to support what you're doing. But again, God goes before you, or whatever you believe in goes before you to prepare you for your destiny. And with that being said, that's a very broad statement. But with that being said, God removes stuff, remove people from your life, and that's why I kind of had the topic, let them have it. Certain things, a toxic relationship, let people have a toxic relationship with themselves. Like you wouldn't go to the Chernobyl site or certain parts of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and be like, you know what? Like, if somebody told you, hey, this is radioactive, you wouldn't go dive in a radioactive wasteland lake. That does not make sense. But when you see the sign saying, hey, high radioactive site, you like, oh, okay, let me go this way. People have a way of showing the signs, and you have to take heed to them. And um and it's tough. It's tough. It's tough for real, because it's just you don't want that. You don't want to let certain things go. But like I just said in a few topics ago, you gotta let people have it. And to kind of link certain things, certain topics together with toxic relationships, you gotta let people have it. Because you want to be the best version of yourself. Even if you are a twin, even if you came out holding hands, even if you're conjoined twins, whatever the case may be, we are all individuals. Even again, if you have a twin, if you are Siamese twins, conjoined twins, God know you as an individual. You know, so everybody has their own path. Rather we agree with it, rather we like it, rather it sit well, rather it don't. Some things just gotta just be in order for you to get to the best version of yourself without having relationships with people that don't want to see you win, that love to talk about you behind your back. Like, if you ask them for a favor, ask them for whether it be a money or ride to work. Man, Joe, I had to give such and such $50, or man, I had to take such and such to work. Man, I don't know. Like, that's toxic. Cut people like that off. Even jobs, like, hey, just bear with us. Work is gonna pick back up, bro. These bills don't stop. Fuck you talking about? Bear with us. I didn't know we were watching the Bears play. Talking about bear with us. Like, what does that mean? That's toxic. That's a toxic work relationship. So again, to wrapping this up, just pay attention to the signs. Take heed. Pay attention to tendencies. And I feel like you would be better off with picking and choosing who you choose to call, whatever, bestie, twin, homie, friend, you know, whatever. Because, like I said, previously on the podcast, is just, blood don't make you family. It don't. Blood don't make you family. And things grow together, and so things grow apart. That's just nature. So that's how I feel about toxic relationships. And last but not least, being yourself. Being yourself. Hold on. All right. So, last topic to discuss for today: being yourself. Oh man. We have all had moments and parts throughout our life where we tried to fit in and we did shit for attention, and whether it's I don't know, jumping off um the bleachers to impress girls, or spending your last for a fit to impress girls, or women, putting on tons of makeup, to get guys' attention, or vice versa, if you're into that walk of life and stuff of that nature. But yeah, it's just like the fact being, being yourself is something that has gone out of style lately. Having an identity has gone out of style. And like I just said, guy recognizes us as individuals. He will call us, when it's all said and done, by our name, not by a group of people, not by the Warriors, not by the not by this, not by that. You know, he knows you as an individual. So the best thing you can be in this life is yourself. That's the best thing you can be in this life. Not a firefighter, not a basketball player, not LeBron, not Messi, not whoever, not David Beckham. Yourself. That's the best thing you can be. Model your life off of yourself, because you know I've seen Allen Iverson say this on Shaq's podcast. It's disrespectful to God to wake up and be like, man, I want to be such and such, because God created you for a task. We are all tools. We are all creations. Just like we created a trash can for trash. Not to call anybody trash. But it's just the fact being like shit like that. Like that's kind of the category that we fall into. But the raw thing about us, being created, we have um uh responsibility to govern different things. So, and I feel like that starts with governing yourself. So anybody who's watching this that feels like they want to go out and get a BBL, or they need to spend their last on the Dodge, the 2027 Dodge Charger that just came out, that's not out. Let me put down 100,000 to pre-order it 3 years down the line, so that you can post this on the gram or wherever. Don't do that. Don't do that. Feel free to do as you please and be yourself if that's who you are. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's following trends. That's kind of being trendy, and I would definitely advise against that. I would advise against people doing that, because it's just is hurtful, is detrimental to any and everything that you're doing. When you look up and bam, I didn't spent so many years trying to chase others and keep up with others. Man, I didn't missed out on loving myself. I didn't missed out on loving my children. I didn't missed out on loving my wife. I have been across the board neglectful, because the worst thing you can neglect is yourself. Because before it was whoever, it was you. You know, so it's just being able to be in a headspace to where you can love yourself unequivocally, despite of what somebody may say. Hey, I think you should be doing this, bro. And they saying shit that's not plausible. Like, I think, bro, you should quit it. You should quit your job, bro, and start selling drugs. If they saying shit like that, that goes back to toxic relationships. Get the fuck away from people like that. But if they on your ass about shit that's plausible, keep them around you, because they're helping you see your potential within yourself. Like, um, I'm that friend, So I'm not saying that I don't have friends like that, but it's few and far. They don't always chime in like that, but I know for a fact I'm that friend. But Yeah, like it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to have a stutter. It's okay to be the big girl. It's okay to be the big guy. It's okay to, if you have learning disabilities. It's okay if you have Down syndrome or um whatever. If you're in a wheelchair, whatever. God made you for a purpose. You know, whatever that purpose may be, is up to you to seek and find that purpose. So yeah, it's awesome being me. It is. You know, I had to go through a lot of suffering to find self. But once you find self, you're like, hey self, how you doing? Like it's just it's a beautiful thing to find self. Like it's a beautiful thing to be in a place and space to where you love yourself. To, be in that headspace is amazing. And more times than not, I can look myself in the mirror and be happy with what I see. You know what? I take that back all the time because a lot of times what's making me feel less than what I am is things out of my control. You know, but again, like it's a lot of things that's again it's going to be out of your control. And I said this on the pod previously, but it shouldn't stop you from being yourself. My money is not where it should be, but it's not stopping me from doing something that God called me to, be something that God put on my heart, to talk to, people that are in need of, help. Whether this video get a view, no views, a million views, I'm talking to somebody. Even if it's the motherfucker who making sure ain't no copywriting or I'm not spreading hate, the motherfucker who flag videos. Even if I'm just talking to the motherfucker who just flag videos. Thanks, bruh. Like, I'm pretty sure that they're listening and they're comprehending shit that I'm saying. So yeah, like in conclusion to this topic and to this, video, man, like ain't nothing like being yourself and just really just love yourself. Just love yourself despite of things that kind of come your way, man, cuz life is going to the devil, the enemy is going to I'm talking about mount up and run towards you, especially when you got purpose on your being. When you got purpose on your being, man, it's gonna feel like you getting drowned. It's gonna feel like you getting choked. It's gonna feel like you getting jumped. But always remain yourself because that's why the enemy's attacking you. That's why you having car troubles. That's why family is being weird. That's why um all this shit is taking place. Cause when you already in a place and space to where the devil got you, he's not gonna mess with you. Why? You didn't scam 1,000 banks, bro. You good. You set. You didn't. You got 10 million followers on OnlyFans. You straight. You good. You know, not to knock people who's like doing that. To each his own. But is there certain things that I feel like I don't feel like people, whether they admit it or not, it sits well with self. Is for others to validate, not for self to validate. You know. But yeah, that's how I feel about that topic as far as being yourself. But I hope again something was said on this episode of the Dotted Line podcast that resonates within your soul. Something that you can take away from it and apply it to your day-to-day life. I thank you if you have gotten this far in this video. I thank you for listening and comprehending. Because what use is it to listen if you're not comprehending it? So I just pray that even if you got to go back and listen to it, because I know the ums and the hesitation and speech. You may have missed some. May have missed some. That's cool. That's cool. You know, go back and listen. Make sure you pick up every jewel that I drop. Because That's something that, man, I have no problem with doing. I have no problem with dropping jewels, so as long as you apply them, so thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful for this moment. So yeah, man, until next time, man, this is Ray Dot, aka DJ Scotty 2 Dotty, Mr. Make You Move Your Body signing off. Peace.